Welcome back to A Star in a Simulator Car, the series where guests come in and try out our £100,000 simulator, all for the bragging rights of who's the fastest. This time around, we have got a special guest. He is from the Veloce family, newly announced FA Racing content creator too. It is, of course, Tom97. Welcome to A Star in a Simulated Car.
Welcome.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Is this going to be a big thing for you? You've got all these big names on the leaderboard. You know, pressure's on. Pressure's on. You've got people like John McVern. You always give it the talk that, you know, you're a great driver. Yeah, this is showtime, baby. You've got to get it right.
It is. I think I felt relatively decent about the lap. My target, of course, is to beat probably the other content creators. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So, you know, I think there's a good lap time there. There's also a few gaps, you know, between Jamie Chadwick and Danny Beresnay as well. There's a couple of gaps there. But we'll see.
I'll probably aim for more beating Chamber.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough.
Let's ignore that. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about you. You know, you're the reason.
Yeah.
We're here for you, newly announced FA Racing driver. Yeah. But let's talk about the beginning. Getting into YouTube, how did it all start for young little Tom97?
Well,
who was probably about Tom18 then.
Didn't quite work, did it?
No,
didn't quite work, but still.
That's good. Right, tell me the story. Come on.
Yeah, like many other people, obviously, you know, you watch certain YouTube creators when you're younger, and you think to yourself, yeah, one day I'd like to try that. You know, it's something I like to do. And around 2015, I got a chance to start it, and I remember hitting my first 50 subs, being really, really happy. I was getting help from Callum behind the camera and a few other people as well, and it was good. You know, getting that kind of feeling, 50 subs, 100 subs, 150. And it took a little while, but eventually we got there in the end. After about 2 years, I started taking it a bit more seriously, and I'm now currently sitting about above 30k, which is good. A lot of people say I should have more. I'm still quite happy with what I have. And yeah, it's been a long story, a long ride, a lot of patience. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's good. Who was
your inspiration getting into it? Because you said that you watched other people and you were like, oh, I want to give that a go. That's what got you into YouTube. So who were you watching before to be like, I want to do that, I want to give that a go?
Well, in terms of just general YouTube, I watched KSI, of course, like most people did, back in the FIFA days, and also the Sneaker Project with Minecraft. And then when F1 became a thing, I discovered F1 YouTube. It was back in the day, Alex Afro, Mickey Motions, and also Ben as well, who had 1,000, 2,000 subs at the time. So yeah, pretty much those guys, really.
Cool. So yeah, you say you're on 30,000 now, but what are the goals looking forward for you and the YouTube channel? You know, how much do you reckon you're going to be looking at, like, next year, numbers-wise, or even just content that you want to do and things that you want to do from a personal basis?
The silver plaque is the objective, I think, now. You know, my first goal was to hit 1,000. That was long gone now, so I want to try and push for the silver plaque. For 2020, probably, I'd like to get 50k by the end of the year, because I want to try and push that a little bit. Mm-hmm. And in terms of my personal content, I like to branch away from career mode, as we discussed off camera. Career mode is fun, but it can get a bit repetitive, a bit boring at times, so it's nice to do other stuff, but it's a matter of finding what's right, because F1 is very limited, so you want to try and find that right balance.
Yeah, but you, looking at the people that you work with, you know, you work closely with Ben and Arav, and they are in our team, and you can see that they're on, like, Ben's very close to hitting 400,000, or may even hit 400,000 by the time this video goes up. Hopefully he does. Congratulations, Ben, we love you.
In advance.
But looking at those guys, you know that there is that whole area above you that you can aim for. It's not just like, okay, right, you know, let's aim for this number. You know that there is the possibility to get up to there. It's just looking into what you can do further to try and pull that audience in and be like, look at me, I'm just as good as these guys, if not better. Look at my content and, you know. Yeah,
I agree. I think if you look at it as a whole, you can maybe say Ben's probably more known for his pace, formerly in ARL back in the day. He's quite a quick YouTuber. I think Ara, for example, is more for the entertainment. And I like to think I'm quite a decent hybrid of the two, maybe. So I'm still quite quick, and I like to think I'm somewhat entertaining. And yeah, you know, the ceiling's high. You like to think, based off of other creators, the ceiling's around 400,000 subscribers. But yeah, me personally, I'll be happy to hit the silver plaque. To be honest, I'd love to make YouTube a much more. It's kind of my job now.
Yeah, make it more sustainable.
I can't really say officially it is, even though I don't do nothing else. I can just about get by, but I'd like to make it a bit more solid. Like I can say, this is it. I'm doing this now. So yeah, that's the kind of the aim, really. Sometimes it's not just about the numbers; it's other things. So I've been doing this since 2015 now, 5 years almost. In February next year, 2020. So I want to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I want to really push and make this like a way of living now, rather than hit 100,000, 200,000 necessarily.
Yeah. Well, let's move away from like the content side, and then let's look into the more racing and where you first got into that. Was that because of YouTube, or how long were you racing competitively, or just for fun online from a young age?
We're talking also when I got into racing, like watching it, or we're talking specifically just.
We can go into that as well. I was going to go into that afterwards, but if you want to touch on bases now, then we can.
We'll stick to the actual gameplay racing. So I first started that back in 2004-05 with the PS2. I got my PS2 in a bundle with it from 2004, and played that game for so many years, and I was heartbroken to find out, I think it was around 2007, they stopped making games.
Yeah.
So there's no game for 07, 08, and then there is 09 for the Wii, but we all
don't you dare slag off F1 09 for the Wii. That is a banging game, and we all should love that game. Right? That's a banging game. Don't you throw any hate on F1 2009.
Maybe because I didn't have the Wii at the time or the PSP, so I'll allow it. But yeah, let's just say there wasn't no F1 for the latter years of the 2000s. And then with F1 2010, of course, I was on that straight away because I thought 09 was going to be on the PS3 and all that, and I was ready to buy it. And then when I queued up or went to the store to buy it, I found out it was on Wii or PSP, so I was heartbroken. So I waited another year for 2010, and since 2010 I've been playing F1 every single year. Dabbled with, R Factor, R Factor 2, Assetto Corsa, Grid, or various different grids, iRacing, and yeah, pretty much every other real game that there's out there for racing, really. And yeah, I've been with it ever since, so since 2010, nearly a decade now, so it's quite a while.
And you're enjoying it, F1? F1 is the main thing that you love, or do you want to even tap into stuff like iRacing,
I would like to get back into iRacing. I've made it public before. I've seen Ben or Tim Marduk, who's in the team, of course. He's done the Indy 500, those kind of things, and I see it, I'm like, I'd love to do that one day. I used to have iRacing, it is a bit expensive, so yeah, maybe one day. I think that's fun. 24-hour Le Mans, Indy 500 on iRacing, they're like events I have to do. Daytona 500 I think it is as well.
Yeah.
Those kind of things would be sick. But for now, F1's good. The game's probably better than ever in my opinion in terms of the fun, the simulation aspect of it. Or, I say simulation because people get mad sometimes when you use that with F1. So yeah, I enjoy it, it's fun. And like I said, for me personally, I'd like to find something else to do, not just necessarily career mode only.
Yeah.
You've got to try and find that thing, that balance first of all. It's quite hard.
Right, let's go into actual F1, real life racing, and most of us who know you know that you love your classic F1 and you love just to sit there all day and watch season reviews because that's all you ever do.
Yeah.
But for real, you do love classic F1. You got into it from quite an early age, I'm right in saying.
Yeah.
Schumacher fan.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that you look like Schumacher. I don't see it, to be honest. But when did that actually start for you?
I can't pinpoint it because I was just young. It's as simple as that. But my first memory was Schumacher in the Ferrari racing around, winning races. That's what I remember. I remember watching races with my dad from a young age. The first kind of proper races I remember, I'm talking, it was probably just after he stopped winning, dominating us. I think Imola 2005 was one that I remember to this day very vividly. I was 8 years old at the time, so yeah, Imola 2005 was the very first race. I remember every single lap by lap what happened. And then there's other races, Monaco 2006, the qualifying controversy. I could go on and on because I've got a lot of races in my CV, but yeah, I think early 2000s with Schumacher win, that was the time, and naturally you gravitate towards the person that's winning. As a kind of everyone always does that. So yeah, that's where things are. And at the minute, people ask me, who do you support now? I'm a neutral. Yeah. I lean towards Freud because of that reason, but I don't necessarily care too much. And I quite enjoy being neutral because it's quite different to watch it. It's very eye-opening, and you don't have any. If someone breaks down and it's your favourite driver, I used to cry, that kind of stuff. I don't really care now. It doesn't really hurt, and it's just it's fun to see.
You're still crying, aren't you?
I'm crying. He's not racing anymore, but he's 50 now. God bless his soul. So yeah, pretty much.
Right. Let's talk about the big news that happened recently for you. FA Racing content creator ambassador. Correct. Is that right?
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
That's got to be a big deal for you, being Spanish, or not Spanish, but living in Spain and half Spanish.
Yeah.
Martinez, Spanish name.
Yeah.
That's got to be a big thing for you to be, one of your, I suppose, an idol after Schumacher, really.
Yeah, very much. The man who dethroned him in 2005, 2006, Fernando Alonso. It's an absolute pleasure to be in the same organisation as him, and I rate him highly as well. He's one of the best drivers. I mean, he's proven in different disciplines how he can win. Maybe in F1, wasn't to be in certain cars, but definitely I think he's gone elsewhere and proven himself to be one of the best, and I'm happy to be in that same environment just under his name. Is really, really good.
Yeah, we haven't quite met him yet, but hopefully you can do that in the future.
One day, hopefully.
With the team. What sort of stuff are you looking to be doing with FA Racing in the future?
Well, again, it kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying before about possibly branching out a little bit, trying different stuff. You know, I want to try and mix up the content a little bit. So I've got a few ideas in mind already. I want to try and put something out there that's different that not many people do. But again, we know racing games can be limited sometimes, so it's all about trying to discover new things that could be fun to do, that are not too draggy.
Yeah.
And it is difficult, but I think I've only been with the team for about 2 months or a month and a half, so again, it's quite early days yet, but I'm sure things will come along and there'll be opportunities to really expand things.
Well, fingers crossed it can, you know, sky's the limit, and hopefully it can
exactly.
just blow up for you and snowball and just keep on going and going and going. But let's get on to the main reason why you are here. Of course, it's the simulated car on iRacing, the BMW M8 GTE. Spot on. You know, I've done a lot of these. I've finally got it in my bank. You two just shaking your heads at me.
About time.
About time. Around Brands Hatch, full circuit. Yeah. How did you find the car? How did you find the simulator?
I enjoyed it. It was good fun. I wish I could have got more laps. It's one of them cars where I think it's quite satisfying if you do a few laps and you get it right. It's quite satisfying. Having said that, I don't think the lap was perfect. I turned 1 and 2. The start lap was very, very shaky, but I think I ended strongly. So I've given myself a chance. I think. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say.
We brushed upon it earlier. We had a little look at the lap times on here. You said you're aiming for here at the least content creators. You want to be best of the content creators, and then anything up here is sort of a bonus, I suppose. You've got the likes of Johnny Byrne, Jamie Chadwick, real racing drivers. Veloce James, you know, he's quick, of course. He's not even human, he's just a robot. We basically, what we do is we dust him off every now and again, put a bit of oil in him, take him off charge, and we just put him in the sim and he just goes and sets lap times. Yeah,
he hasn't beat me in F1 yet though.
Oh, well, James, competition. And then obviously Danny Beresnay, obviously
very quick driver.
Very tall as well.
If you look at it, you know, Storm and James were teammates, and there's a small discrepancy in lap time there, so either James has done a beautiful lap or Storm has had a bit of a wobbly one, so I want to be in that 127.
Storm did go off. I'll let you know that. Storm did go off.
I remember now. So yeah, I want to be in that, you know, Jev, Sally category. I think maybe possibly between Danny and Jev. That'd be nice. But
you want to be in a Danny Beresnay and Johnny Verne sandwich?
Possibly. I'd be very, very honoured to be there. But if not, then just be Aaron, Ben, and Niran, who are the content creators. Joe as well. Towards the bottom, I'll be happy just beating those four guys. There's
no way. Jay Eterno, or you, but you come on. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You can't let Niran beat you.
If he does,
you can't let Niran beat
take
you.
Measures
Okay, you can't let Niran beat you. Right. I think we're gonna have to just have a look at it. Let's see where you get on. Right. Let's take a look at the lap.
Let's jump into it. Right, here we go. Let's give it some.
All right, here you go, on the starting grid, giving it a bit of welly, lots of smoke coming off the rear tyres, and away we go. Slow start, but I say to everyone, the slow start, I don't think anyone knows how to actually start this car.
I forgot the apex there.
Yeah, I don't know where you thought the apex was for that
back
corner,
Spain,
but it was
probably.
not.
Back
Probably back in Spain, down towards Druids now, and completely.
That's not good.
I mean,
come on, let's pull this back.
I mean,
do this.
You know it's not good. That was very wide.
Straight away.
Storm though, Storm corner's quite good. You didn't do what Storm did and go wide, but then again.
This one's a tricky one, this one. You kept on washing wide.
What you've done there is you followed the line. What you want to do with that corner, you want to take a late apex to really sort of give yourself a lot of straight.
Really happy. Yeah. Let's keep it going.
To give yourself a lot of straight line speed down this straight if you take that later apex, but unfortunately you followed the racing line. And it actually is wrong on iRacing, but there you go through the right hander, which I believe is Hawthorne's, in towards Daly corner now.
Almost
nice
had a
and tidy.
Almost had a daily.
Almost, but you cut the curb nicely on the inside, so that's good. That's what you need to be doing. Do you cut the curb though on this one? Because that is the fastest line. Good amount of curb, but not quite as much. And yeah, there was a little bit of correction. Just going out a little bit wide in towards this very quick left hander.
Here we go. One more corner to go. Let's throw her in there.
I love how when you're driving as well, you're doing that with your hand. One more corner to go.
Literally, the motivation. And then
in towards front corner.
Now let's keep it tight to the line. No one else did this. Maximise the lap.
No, a lot of people don't. They like to hang it out wide, but you've got to keep it tight. You keep it fast and across the line for what is your lap. And how did you feel that went? Looking at it back now.
I'm quite happy with it. I think they hit most of the apexes. It was just the first two corners where I don't know what happened. It was awful. But I'm hoping I did enough at the end to pull it all back. So yeah. I'm happy with that lap, I think, generally.
I mean, it wasn't bad. Turn 1s and turn 2 we know about. We missed apexes there, a few missed apexes and wrong lines. But, you know, 5 laps is not a long time to sort of jump onto it. These guys, you know, most of them already know the track. You know brands, but you probably don't know it too much by driving it. Yeah, exactly. It's not on an F1 track, so you don't know it. James picks up any track in any game. Like we said, we just unplug him, we download the software into his his mechanical brain, and he's just like, right, racing line's done. Here we go. So he is just an absolute machine. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you still think?
Still made a mistake, and I know Arab's pace, so I'm hoping I'm fourth.
Okay.
That's where I want to be.
High hopes.
There's 4 tenths there. There's a gap.
High hopes. Well, I can indeed tell you that you did do it in a 1 minute, so that's good. And in a 1 minute 20. Okay. So you are above these two, which you've got to be. Are you above Niren though? This is the tenth part. Because you did it in a 1:28.7. So not quite what you were aiming for. Not the best of the content creators. I don't know what has happened to Arabs. He's loving this at the moment. Arabs watching this at home being like, what the hell, how am I quick? But let's put you on the board where you are, right in between, if I can brush these down, in the middle of Ben and Niren.
I got Niren. That's the good thing.
You can't lose to Niren. If you lose to Niren, the FA Racing, we're just going to have to drop you. Veloce drop you.
Rip that up.
YouTube channel, delete that. That never happened. But I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. You might not have had the lap time, but I hope you enjoyed coming over to England, having a go on the simulator and taking part in this. And your name is on the board.
I might have to go again.
We might have to get you back in and see.
I'm feeling hungry already.
Yeah, a few practice laps at home and see if we can get you on. But absolute pleasure having you on board. And until the next time. That has been it for the Start in a Simulated Car for this episode. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to like the video if you want more Start in a Simulated Car. Let us know what guest you would like next from the YouTube or celebrity world, or even real life racing. We will see what we can do. But until next time, from myself and Tom, it's goodbye. It's Jamie Chadwick. Welcome to a Start in a Simulated Car, and congratulations on the W Series win. How do you feel about that?
I don't know why I'm feeling more stressed about this or the W Series. I'm glad that's over now. Just this to worry about.
You're the fastest woman in the world after winning the W Series. You're going to be the first woman to take part.